Question 461. Describe your understanding of student-centered learning and its significance in a community college setting. Student-centered learning prioritizes the needs, interests, and learning styles of students, fostering engagement and ownership of their education. In a community college setting, this approach is particularly significant due to the diverse backgrounds and experiences of students. Implementing student-centered strategies, such as project-based learning and collaborative activities, encourages active participation and real-world application of knowledge. By tailoring instruction to individual learning preferences, students can progress at their own pace, enhancing their confidence and motivation. Ultimately, student-centered learning cultivates critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and prepares students for lifelong learning and career success. Question 462. How would you incorporate real-world scenarios into your curriculum to enhance student learning? Incorporating real-world scenarios into the curriculum involves aligning academic content with practical applications that students may encounter in their future careers. I would utilize case studies, industry projects, and guest speakers from relevant fields to bridge theory and practice. For example, in a business course, I might assign students to develop a marketing plan for a local startup, providing hands-on experience. Additionally, field trips or virtual company tours can offer insights into industry operations. This approach not only enhances engagement, but also equips students with applicable skills and knowledge, preparing them for the workforce and improving their employability. Question 463. What role does feedback play in your teaching process, and how do you deliver it effectively? Feedback is integral to the teaching process, guiding students toward improvement and reinforcing their learning. I deliver feedback through various means, including written comments, one-on-one meetings, and group discussions. I ensure that feedback is constructive, specific, and timely, focusing on both strengths and areas for growth. Using rubrics can provide clear expectations and help students understand how to improve. I also encourage self-assessment, prompting students to reflect on their own work. Creating a culture where feedback is viewed as a valuable tool for growth fosters resilience and encourages students to take ownership of their learning journey. Question 464. How do you ensure that your teaching methods remain relevant to current industry trends and practices? Staying relevant to current industry trends involves continuous professional development and active engagement in relevant communities. I regularly attend workshops, conferences, and webinars to stay informed about emerging practices and technologies. Networking with industry professionals also provides insights into the skills and knowledge in demand. I incorporate these findings into my curriculum by updating course materials and integrating real-world case studies. Soliciting feedback from alumni working in the field can also inform necessary adjustments. Finally, collaborating with colleagues to share best practices ensures that my teaching methods remain aligned with industry standards, ultimately benefiting students. Question 465. What is your approach to creating a safe and respectful classroom environment? Creating a safe and respectful classroom environment begins with establishing clear behavioral expectations and promoting open communication. I would implement ground rules that emphasize respect and inclusivity, encouraging students to voice their opinions while valuing differing perspectives. Regularly facilitating discussions around sensitivity and understanding can foster empathy among students. I would also create opportunities for team-building activities to strengthen relationships and build trust. Importantly, I would remain approachable, ensuring that students feel comfortable discussing any concerns or conflicts. By modeling respectful behavior and addressing issues promptly, I aim to cultivate a positive atmosphere conducive to learning and collaboration. Question 466. What strategies would you employ to engage a diverse student body in technical subjects, ensuring inclusivity and understanding across varying skill levels. Engaging a diverse student body requires a multifaceted approach. I would utilize differentiated instruction, offering varied resources like video tutorials, hands-on projects, and group discussions tailored to different learning styles. Implementing a flipped classroom model allows students to learn at their own pace before applying concepts in class. Regularly soliciting feedback helps gauge student understanding and adjust teaching methods accordingly. Additionally, incorporating real-world applications relevant to students' backgrounds fosters interest and retention. Creating a supportive environment where students feel safe to ask questions and express challenges is crucial for inclusivity. Question 467. How would you integrate modern development tools and practices, such as version control, into your curriculum? Integrating modern development tools, such as Git, into the curriculum involves both theoretical and practical components. I would start with lectures explaining version control concepts, followed by hands-on labs where students set up repositories, branch and merge code. By assigning collaborative projects where students must use version control for code management, they experience real-world practices. Additionally, I would discuss the importance of commit messages and branching strategies. Regular assessments could include peer code reviews to reinforce best practices. This approach not only teaches the tool, but also encourages teamwork and communication skills, critical in software development. Question 468. Can you explain how you would design a curriculum that incorporates CCD principles for a community college course? Designing a curriculum around CCD principles begins with foundational knowledge of software development life cycles. I would introduce continuous integration and delivery through hands-on projects, using tools like Jenkins or GitLab C. Students would learn to automate testing and deployment processes, which could involve setting up a simple web application. The course would include modules on writing effective tests, managing deployment pipelines, and monitoring applications post-deployment. Real-world case studies would illustrate the impact of CCD on software quality and delivery speed. Assessments would focus on both theoretical understanding and practical application, culminating in a project that showcases their CCD pipeline. Question 469. Describe a troubleshooting process you would teach students when they encounter issues in their coding projects. Teaching troubleshooting involves instilling a systematic approach to problem solving. I would introduce students to a structured process. First, understanding the requirements and expected outcomes, then replicating the issue to observe behaviors. Next, they should isolate the problem by checking code syntax, logic flow, and dependencies. Utilizing debugging tools and techniques, such as breakpoints and print statements, can help pinpoint errors. Encouraging peer collaboration fosters diverse perspectives on problem solving. Finally, I would stress the importance of documenting issues and solutions for future reference. This method not only addresses immediate problems, but also equips students with skills for lifelong learning in coding. Question 470. How do you assess the effectiveness of your teaching methods in a technical subject? Assessing teaching effectiveness involves both qualitative and quantitative measures. I would utilize student performance metrics, such as exam scores and project grades, to gauge understanding. Regular formative assessments, including quizzes and peer reviews, provide immediate feedback on comprehension. Additionally, I would conduct student surveys and focus groups to gather insights on engagement and clarity of instruction. Self-reflection after each course iteration allows me to identify areas for improvement. Implementing changes based on feedback ensures that teaching strategies remain relevant and effective. This iterative process fosters a learning environment that continuously adapts to students' needs.